Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. I am honored to be part of this panel with such distinguished people on this panel. A lot of times I've heard you in some of the other conferences, and I'm first time I'm participating between such a distinguished panel. So I am really pleased to be here. As Anshuji said, when he talks about hydrogen, he goes back to 20 years. I was thinking much before that. I think in Nangal, fertilizer plant was based on electrolysis of hydrogen, and the fertilizer was produced by electrolysis of water, and hydrogen was produced to produce ammonia and nitric acid, I suppose. But somehow there was a shift. The fertilizer, natural gas, and I am from GAIL. We are the biggest leaders in natural gas business. We have almost 60% of the total transmission capacity. 70% of the transmission capacity is owned by GAIL, developed by GAIL, in fact, for the last 30 years. So the National Hydrogen Mission is there. It's not a policy or something, it's a mission. So mission mode is definitely a much more aggressive thing, that what I understand. And it's part of the energy transition that's happening based on various international efforts that are coming up from the various stakeholders in the energy segment. So I just the energy, the fossil fuel ecosystem has taken several decades to develop, and today we are in a matured system where the upstream, the midstream, the downstream things have developed, and still, like for example, in gas sector, I have been here for almost 3 decades. We are still evolving and we are still developing infrastructure all over the country, which is still the natural gas infrastructure. In fact, Government of India has a mission from taking this gas-based economy from 5% in the energy basket to 15%. It's a massive target to go. So definitely, if you talk about policies and regulatory things and basically the involvement of all the stakeholders, it has always been a challenge, but things have evolved, but it has taken a lot of time. So if I talk of, like, we are talking of hydrogen gas vehicles, I can say we talked about city compressed natural gas vehicles, say 20-25 years back. Today we are seeing a system where we are actually going in a forced manner in various cities, as the city gas distribution networks is developing, as you may be knowing, in all over the country. So now the CNG vehicles, the OEMs are now started to manufacture the factory fitted CNG vehicles. So these evolutions have come much slower to what we are targeting in this hydrogen mission. This has to come very fast, and obviously those learnings of several decades will definitely help us in accelerating this change. The transition is happening. We all understand that hydrogen is the future fuel. The ecosystem is a massive thing. It's a hard all sides, all stakeholders, all the government policies have to be in place. The regulations, the technical specifications. Hydrogen is a fuel. I mean, we are dealing in gas. So gas is basically composed of methane, which is having four atoms of hydrogen. So basically, we are handling hydrogen today with a carbon molecule. So going ahead, as we transit into hydrogen, like for example, GAIL, the experience of handling gas, transporting, storing, delivering, the contracts, the technical specifications, the consultants, the technology partners, all this ecosystem that we have that definitely, if we go into transition, we will be benefited from the know-how that we have developed over the years. So the mandate is already there. In fact, I would like to share in this forum that GAIL management, in fact, in line with the government directions, we are planning to develop some pilot projects in hydrogen, and mainly in green hydrogen, because that will be an area of interest. And with these multimodal kind of hydrogen, we may use the latest technology in developing some megawatts of hydrogen and make a multimodal ecosystem. So that becomes a standard for scaling up in future. So these pilots investment, which we are targeting in a year or so to invest in some of the projects. So they will become like an example for how the ecosystem pans out. And in the meantime, like for example, you talked about PESO, the regulator, the other statutory bodies. We can showcase these models to them to develop the standards accordingly, because our regulatory system, our policy regulation should be an enabler, I suppose. I mean, it should not be like a hindrance to the development of a natural gas hydrogen mission. So definitely, as GAIL, I am confident that as far as my company is concerned, GAIL is concerned, we are quite capable of delivering in this hydrogen mission. We are actually, in fact, working on a hydrogen kind of a ecosystem also. Some pilots we are trying to do, develop with some technology partner, but basic challenges, the safety standards, the technical limits of how much you can blend on the existing infrastructure. So because at the back of our mind, we understand that existing infrastructure is live today. If it can be used, that can be quickly translate into a small first step into the transition. Before we think of building a new altogether hydrogen fit infrastructure in the future. So that was one of the ideas that has come. I think, as Malhotra ji said, IOCL is also doing some of the projects where they are trying to blend natural gas with hydrogen. So those kind of informations will be generated from these pilot that we are investing. And obviously, we like these kind of forums to share the knowledge what's happening all over the world. And we need the right kind of technology partners with us who can give you the best kind of a technology, because whatever all said and done, the commercial thing will definitely be the resulting thing that will be like a success or a this thing. So we need to find out the tipping points here where we can actually at what point we can actually replace the fossil alternatives. You said 450 gigawatt solar investments. That's a very big task, and it seems we are in a place to achieve those targets. So, but I would like to pose a question in this panel, because solar comes with a lot of intermittency. So you need a grid readiness kind of a things, or a storage thing, which solutions we were talking about, batteries and those kind of things. So why should hydrogen not play a role as a storage? So so that it can be like a buffer to when the solar energy is available, it can be stored as a hydrogen, and then in the ecosystem it can be distributed to various consumers. So those are the thoughts, and I just shared what we were planning to do. And obviously we are already there aggressively in this hydrogen mission. these pilots where I am placed right now, we are actually pushing these pilots here, and will be, and if these forums are frequently done, we'll be sharing the experience and knowledge that we gain out of this. So that's it from my side. Thanks a lot. If any questions are there, please. Happy to